For coming to my channel. I am Jackie Horton, your wellness and health specialist. I am here to promote wellness and good health.
The real you is breathing down your neck, begging you to manifest. It's got to be a lifestyle change. When you shift your paradigm, when you shift your thinking, only then what you see in your head, you will hold in your hand.
What do you think, like, the impetus is coming from women to kind of change? There's this huge resistance. We talk sometimes about weight, which is an issue in our community, and women not wanting to lose weight, which granted, it requires a lot of effort, or maybe for some women to express their femininity. It seems like women are practicing this type of conservation of energy where they don't want to expend effort to make their black men happy.
The image of black men is not really an image of power. How do you think you can have a 20-something-year-old woman come try to tell me about business and she's homeless? Because that's our culture. To answer your bigger question, why the pushback? Well, because when you're desperate, possibility is more important than probability. Because when you're desperate, possibility is all you got to hold on to.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Hi, thank you for joining me today. Today's Mental Health Monday. I am Jackie Horton, your virtual wellness and health specialist. I'm here to promote wellness and good health, to amplify lifestyle behaviors that promotes good health and wellness, and to amplify and uplift those things that we already are doing, because we are already doing things to maintain our health and wellness. So today for Mental Health Monday, I'm going to talk about silent resistance. Silent resistance look like a non-combative person. A person who does not do all to fulfill his or her goals, or all of his or her requested expectation from family members, from employers, from colleagues, and so forth. They find a way to resist any instruction because their outcome shows that they have resisted it consistently. They also resist in receiving feedback that could help them by not doing at least some of it, or not taking some of it in and trying to kind of incorporate it into their behaviors. Resistance is saying no to something even if it's good. And the way I understood why people resist silently is, one, is that they may not fully understand what's expected of them. That's one thing. And that's included in a family dynamic as well as with your employer, as well as with yourself. The other thing that I understood when people are resisting silently is that they really believe what they are holding on to is the correct way. So think about that in biblical context, disobedience. And the reason I'm drawing that in is because sometimes when people who are of the faith, which I am, you have a staunch belief that you are doing something right, but the outcome impacts everybody around you, even yourself, negatively. You might need to check in with yourself around, why is this outcome taking place? This overflow of what I do not desire to happen is happening. And you may need to check your resistance and why. So that's one other reason. They may not fully understand. And two, they may feel like they know, or I know what is completely right. And therefore, I'm going to stick on this path until everyone that's impacted, or everyone that I am connected to with this decision change to my idea of what it looks like. The third thing regarding silent resistance is that the person really does not want what's in front of him or her, but he or she won't leave. And that could be an employer, they create little, barriers and obstacles at work, create, distance and division at work. And they're like, well, what am I doing wrong? I just don't want that job. I just don't want to be there. So, they should, really have promoted me, and they wouldn't have this problem anymore. Or, my husband or my wife should have, taking care of these things, and this is not, and they wouldn't have gotten this response. Or, if my child, would have been obedient with my requests around how to use the car, I wouldn't, refuse to, ask him or her what their needs are while they're in college. Some of that stuff. And so the price of having that approach with silent resistance is that you become more isolated, you become more frustrated, and you become more willful in thinking that you are doing the right thing. And as a result of that, the behavior symptoms usually becomes depression. You know, sort of like kind of undirected anger. Like you just get angry about everything, and it's always on 100. You know, and you may look at, well, I do what I need to do. I don't go off on the person. I don't come at the person in a negative way. The person's not, I don't use derogatory words to the person. And somehow you sort of wrap your mind around that you are okay with your behavior is okay because you're not doing those things. But silent resistance does have a price. It comes with consequence for yourself and for those who are connected to you. So here's my instruction or my recommendation. My recommendation today is, if you are finding yourself not receiving the outcome in some of your relationships or in all of the important areas of your life, however, you're not a combative person, a very loud and outspoken and direct person, you may need to check your resistance level. And your resistance level comes from a place of not feeling fulfilled and not feeling valued. And that's a hard place for some people to kind of check alone. You can use your peers, you can use a therapist, which is what I do, or you can use a coach. But you do need to go in and do some inner work to find out why and where did the silence and the resistance become coupled for you. Thank you for joining me today. I am Jackie Horton, your virtual wellness and health specialist. Thank you again. See you tomorrow. Bye.